Good morning, Internet. Welcome to our Monday, 15th of September, pull request decision-making meeting, which we will limit to half an hour.
Okay, 6106.
Yep.
The content editable.
Oh, this one we did go through last time, but we said we would push the decision to John, Jason, and Sylvain.
Okay, so then.
So my only issue with this that I saw is that he took a lot of the code from the other numeric text input widgets and just kind of copied and pasted it or rewrote it, but it's like the same exact logic, and we're talking like a lot, like 50 lines of the same code. So I thought it would be easier for him to just instantiate one of those widgets and use that as the readout instead, but I think he got confused. In his response, it looks like he says that it ended up being a little more complicated, and he talked about isolating the functions, and that doesn't sound anything like what I was thinking about.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't you follow up with him? And so, do you think we want this functionality built into the slider widgets, or no?
I don't have a strong opinion on that. I thought the idea would just, I mean, if you want something like this, that you would link. I guess no. I think it shouldn't be built in, because I thought that was the point of link. So then you could link
to
numeric text input to a slider if you want it to do that. I mean,
yeah.
In fact, I think that's like the most common use of link would be to do that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, in part of.
Yeah, I think what this is based on is the fact that there are a huge number of common controls where there's us.
You put the link in the YouTube link.
There's a huge amount of. It's a very common pattern for a slider to have to be able to give you manual entry on the readout, because either you want, like, say a floating point slider, and you want to have an exact value. A high resolution floating point slider, getting an exact value is super annoying with a slider. And it seems like content, like making it editable is trivial. It's just this copied and pasted code for turning text into
Numbers
is all of the complexity in this guy, right?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it.
So it seems fairly reasonable to me. There's some implementation to clean up, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm 50-50. I mean, so Min, you'd be in favor of going the content editable route.
Makes sense for sliders.
Okay. Why don't we have them implement that version of it and just see how it looks and review it?
I think that's what they have done, right?
Oh.
Well, but they have not cleaned up the math from text.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean.
That's what he has in the gist, I think, which I need to look over.
Okay. But yeah, it just needs further review, I think.
Okay, so John, you want to update?
Yeah. To do, John.
Okay, and I'll take the needs decision off. Does it need review or need author?
It need review.
Okay, great. Done. Okay. 6367, flash a message if JavaScript doesn't load, by Matthias. Yeah, I think I'm -1 on this. So the basic idea is sometimes our users, when they upgrade IPython, end up with weird cache-related issues, and this tries to I don't know. I guess. Hold on. Let me see. It tries to make those cache issues less painful, or are we convinced that the underlying bug is a cache-related issue? Oops. Where did Min go?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Bad connection?
Technical difficulties. And by technical difficulties, I mean closing the wrong window.
all right. So I don't know what point you guys left. I had just said that I think I'm -1 on this. It just feels like
Yeah, it's a clever trick. It uses a CSS fade-in, which JavaScript cancels if it succeeds in loading. But yeah, it seems. I think I'm inclined to agree. It seems things to solve technical problems shouldn't be too clever.
yeah, and
Is it just the fix that you guys don't like, or is it the actual like aesthetics of it? Because it's kind of ugly.
no, I just think it's not
Even
a
if it
bug.
looked better, would you like it? Or
No,
oh, okay.
I just think it's a bug.
Look what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean,
It looks like this.
Alright.
am I correct that if people have their cache cleared and IPython installed correctly, that this bug never shows up?
It shouldn't.
Yeah, the question is, it seems not that uncommon for IPython to not be installed correctly. I mean, yeah, and it's essentially never true that the cache is clear. If you've ever visited it, your cache isn't clear, and the cache will not be cleared properly.
Yeah. I mean, the problem I have with trying to fix those types of errors is that there's a million ways in which non-cleared cache and incorrectly installed IPython can go wrong.
Yeah.
And trying to sort of hackishly fix one of those million ways just feels like, I don't know, unneeded complexity that really doesn't solve the issue.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thomas?
Yeah,
John?
I'm inclined to agree.
Okay.
I would agree.
Okay. You okay with that, man?
I mean, it's 161 lines of new code.
Yeah, the
I would agree.
complexity, there's not much in the way of complexity here. It's there's, in terms of actual code, there's one line of code added that actually executes in a few places, but it's the same line. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to find out how people are running and how people are getting the page, because this is, if your cache is wrong, this is not what. If your cache is out of date, the odds of this being what triggers is very low. It's more likely in the totally bizarre event that someone managed to get past all of the checks, both at install time and at runtime, that submodules or something are missing. And I don't understand how that's even possible, because we check both at runtime and install time that can't happen. But some people still manage to do it. I probably set up tools is to blame.
Yeah,
And that's the only thing that this will help, because if there are bugs in the JavaScript, this only catches JavaScript doesn't run at all. Because if there are bugs all over the JavaScript, which are the usual symptom of cache problems, this will successfully be dismissed. Right? This only dismisses the dialog if main succeeds. If main fails to complete.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I'm just looking at